Cookies! I am so jealous. I didn't get a free goodie bag. Hope you enjoy making them though.
This is really exciting. You get to get the ingredients from school, take them home and cook the cookies. So let's get started with knowing what ingredients you are using. And the oven is 160 degrees Celsius, which is a slowish sort of oven. You need a baking tray with your baking paper, and off we go. I have my glass bowl ready to go, but I have 125 grams of butter. We have 1 cup of brown sugar, 1/4 cup of white sugar. I've used caster because it sort of melts easier. 1 egg, 1 cup of self-raising flour, 3/4 of a cup of plain flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1/2 cup of chocolate chips. Now you would have received all of those already measured out, whereas I had to do hard work and I had to get them myself. Now the butter I'm going to put in my bowl, and I'll put Glad wrap over it so it doesn't melt it doesn't splash everywhere as I melt it. I'm also going to cut it into smaller pieces. Now if you were at home though and you had to cut your own butter, we usually get butter in these 250 gram blocks, and then basically all you do is you follow the little directions on here. See how it says 50 grams, 100 grams, 150 grams. So you would cut at the 125 gram mark, which I have done with this one. So I've still got 125 grams left to make another batch if I want to. So my butter is in my bowl and I've put Glad wrap over it to stop the splashing. Bringing it over to my microwave, and then I will just put it on for 30 seconds to start with. As you can see, it is now melted. I put it on for 30, then I stirred it, then I put it on for about another 30, and then I swished it around and let it melt. But you can see from the paper, it's splashed. So that's why you put the Glad wrap on. I don't want to have to clean my microwave oven. So I am pushing all my butter back down after it went everywhere. I'm adding my brown sugar and my caster sugar and giving them a good stir. I'm going to try and dissolve them a little bit in the butter. Now it's cooled down a little bit. We don't want it raging hot because we don't want scrambled egg when we put our egg in a minute. So you can see that it is brown sugar. The lumps are coming out of it because brown sugar does tend to get a bit lumpy. As it's exposed to air, it tries to crystallize again. So there's our sugars. Now my egg, crack on the bench, put your thumbs in and open. Then I'm only going to use a fork to break up the albumin, which is the white, and the yolk, which is the yellow. So to break them down so that it mixes well with my butter and sugar. So I'm going to place that in there. Make sure you get all of it. It's flavour, texture and binding agent in your cookies. So give that a good stir. I don't have any scrambled eggs. Good. Now, also vanilla essence. It's not in your recipe, but it's about a teaspoon. That just enhances the flavour. Brings out the flavour of the chocolate. Okay, so then we're adding our self-raising flour, plain flour, put all that at the back ready to go over to the sink, our teaspoon of baking powder, and we give that a shake. So we do it in a separate bowl because we're going to add it gradually. So I'll add a little bit to it. cutting motion, increase the surface area. I'll add some more. I think, oh, it's never going to all mix in, but it does. At this point, I'm going to add my chocolate chips as well. Yours are probably smaller and they're probably milk, whereas mine are bigger and they're dark chocolate, but it doesn't matter. You can always chop and change in recipes. They're not made in cement. Excuse me. Excuse me. I did sneeze into my elbow, Mr. Bloat, so it's okay. All right, so let's get the recipe out of the way. Bring my tray over, get another spoon. Now you need to be consistent with the amount you put on the tray. So I'm going to take about a dessert spoon. And I'm going to put 3 across. Oops. So I'm going to do that with the rest of it. I might need 2 trays and pop them in the oven for 12 minutes. So there you can see my cookies finished. I think there was a typing error on the recipe. I think the temperature of the oven should have been 180 because in a 160 oven, mine was still cooking after 20 minutes. So I had to turn up the temperature the last couple. But yeah, start at 180 degrees, cook for 10, check that they're okay. If they still need a little bit longer, cook for 12, but otherwise they should be great. Really enjoy it and enjoy eating them. Bye.